Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Hot Jobs at Higher Military. It is our favorite time of the week, every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern here on LinkedIn, where we get to spend some time with you, our higher military community, and sharing some of our newest SkillBridge internships and direct hire roles, as well as spending time to answer any of your job search related questions. So we are really excited to kick things off today and just spend some more time with you, our community. So as we get going, just want to mention a couple things before we kick off here in terms of the flow of our broadcast today. We'll spend the first couple minutes going around the table introducing ourselves. Then we will dive into some DoD SkillBridge internships, our newest roles that we've taken this week, and then also share some of our new direct hire opportunities as well. And then we'll spend the last 5 to 10 minutes answering any questions you have in regards to job searching, interviewing, salary negotiations, transitioning from the military, basically anything that you can think of. So as we get going today, please just type those questions into the chats and we will be happy to answer those at the end of our broadcast. So as we get going today, just want to remind everyone that we are here for the whole of the military community. Whether you're a transitioning service member, a veteran, or a military spouse of any type, a current military spouse, or your service member has since transitioned, we are here for you. All of our opportunities are open in some form or fashion to those of you in that community. So we are so excited to have you here on the broadcast today and just to learn more about our roles. So as we get going, we'd love to know, how did you hear about us? Was it one of us from the team inviting you on LinkedIn? Did you hear about it through your transition assistance program at the base where you're transitioning from? Where did you hear about us? I'd love to know where you found us so that we can thank the person that shared this with you. So as we get going today, I also want to mention there's a couple of hot links in the description of the chats as well. A couple of the pieces we have for you are several really great resources for our military community that our amazing marketing team has written up, and they are really great in order to help you to just your transition process and your job search as well. So a couple of them to share are the Beginner's Guide to Effective LinkedIn Profile. Another one that we love to share with our military community is how to target your resume. So we always say, tailor your resume, target your resume whenever you're applying for a position. And that article is a great first step in order to help you to really be able to target your resume and have a successful application to a position. So I want to just mention that as well. Also to note, we have a couple events that are listed in the description as well. So as you know, our CDO, Michael Quinn, he hosts the USO's Mastering LinkedIn webinars. We have a couple coming up in July, so those dates are in the description as well. And then another really exciting event that we want to bring to everyone's attention is a Vets to Industry networking event that will be held this Saturday, June 24th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And that is an exciting event because it is powered by a fantastic group of people called Milcruit. If you're not familiar with them, it's a really great collective of veterans, transitioning service members, and military spouses from the recruiting space. And they're going to be powering that Vets to Industry event. And we will have two of our very own members from Higher Military on that event on Saturday as well, Amber Flores and Brandy Walker, who are both with us here today, as well as Amber Pitkin, another member from our team. So if you want to hear more about that event, I know Higher Military posted about it, I believe, last week. And you can find more information in the description as well. So that's going to be a fantastic event for the military community. So definitely something to get in on if you are available this Saturday as well. So like we mentioned, as we go, please just introduce yourself. Tell us more about who you are, where you're turning in from, and what you're looking for. Are you a transitioning service member that is looking for a DoD SkillBridge internship? And if so, where are you located? What locations are you targeting? What industries are you interested in? And if you're a veteran or a military spouse, where are you located? What types of roles are you currently searching for? What industries, what locations as well? And then we had something we were talking about actually just before we came on here today, how interesting it is of maybe what you did in the military and then what you've done since transitioning from the military. So we'd love to see some fun, unique changes in or pivots in careers if any of you have them. We learned that our own Matt Collins was actually, well, we'll get to that later. I'll let him introduce what interesting career field he had in the beginning of his military time. But as we go, we'd love to just take a moment to introduce ourselves. So I am Kate Wood. I'm the recruiting manager here at Hire Military. I'm an Army veteran and a current active duty military spouse. My husband's still on active duty, and we are stationed in Panama on an overseas tour here at the U.S. Embassy. So really excited to be here with everyone, and I'll pass it over to Matt Collins for his introduction.
Hey, thanks, Kate. Hello, everybody. Matt Collins here. I am in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, sort of, in Missoula, Montana. I'm really, really excited to be here today. I'm a 28-year Army veteran and also a product of the SkillBridge program, so I'm a firm believer in all it can do for transitioning service members. Of course, it's turned into a full-time opportunity here with Hire Military, where I now get to spend my efforts and energy finding SkillBridge opportunities for transitioning service members coming out of the military. So really, really excited to be here today. The first MOS that Kate alluded to in the Army, I was a finance specialist, was my first MOS. That was because I was colorblind at MEPS, and that MOS did not last very long in my career progression. Not sure how that ended up the ASVAB. Well, anyway, that's a whole other story, but really, really excited to be here today to talk about SkillBridge and everything it offers. And then, hopefully we can connect you guys with some opportunities out there. I will pass it to my not so distant neighbor here in beautiful Seattle, and Brandy Walker.
Thanks, Matt. I don't know if beautiful is, temps are rising from 54 degrees, so go me. When it comes to who I am, Brandy Walker, one of the recruiters here, I work direct hire, but I also am the primary person for the Texas Instruments SkillBridge internship. So monthly cohorts, we talk about it almost every week at this point. I am in the Pacific Northwest, a little north of Seattle. And when it comes to military MOSs, so I was military intelligence when I was in the Army. So I was in the ELINT realm, so electronic intelligence. So was my husband, and I will say he was actually Morse code first. So, but before he transferred over to where we met in Fort Huachuca. So we are one of those strange relationships that lasted forever. It's been 28 years. So everything works out for a reason. So that's about it for me. And then I'm going to give it to Amber, who has a great military background as well.
Thank you, Brandy. I can't believe we've never shared this. I don't feel like we've ever shared all of our MOSs, but I was a weather forecaster way back in the day. It was many moons ago. I've lived a whole other life since then, it seems like, and made some career pivots. But here at Hire Military, I'm the technical recruiter. I'm Central Time. I'm in San Antonio. So if there's any folks in the area, be sure to connect with me. And I'm excited to be here this afternoon, sharing a few roles from the direct hire side. And so with that, I will pause and pass it back your way, Kate.
Awesome. Thanks so much. It is so fun to learn about, sometimes it does become a different life once you transition what you did in the military and what you did afterwards. So that's so fun. And I love seeing everyone in the chats too, commenting and sharing what MOSs you were in the military, what you pivoted from as well. So just a bit of housekeeping as we go forward. We're going to start sharing some of our newest SkillBridge internships and our direct hire roles as well. So as the recruiters are sharing your roles, if you feel like you're interested, we unfortunately cannot share direct links in the chats while we're live in the LinkedIn Live. However, if you share the title of the role that you're interested in, we'll make sure to reach out and provide that link following the broadcast as well. So if you are interested in a role, instead of typing interested, please type the specific title of the role that you're interested in so we know exactly how to reach out to you. Also, I want to share that what we share today is just a highlight of the current career openings that we have, both on the DoD SkillBridge career skills side and on the direct hire side as well. We have over 70 direct hire vacancies and over 40 DoD SkillBridge internships currently. So if you don't hear of something today that might be a fit for you or that you're interested in, please go check out our careers page at hiremilitary.us. Scan those career pages, see if anything's of interest. And if you don't, you can always join our talent pool, both on the SkillBridge side and the direct hire side as well, so that you can hear about our newest openings in the future. So that's just a bit of housekeeping. But I am going to pass it off to Matthew Collins. I know he has some great information to share about DoD SkillBridge program and our newest openings in that realm as well. Over to you, Matt.
Great. Hey, thanks, Kate. So SkillBridge, we've talked about it most people are starting to really learn about what SkillBridge is, but the simple part of it is SkillBridge is available to any DoD service member 6 months out from your end of service, from your ETS or your EAS date. It's a DoD approved program. and it's eligible to any transitioning service member once you hit that 180-day mark. So what I tell everybody is 6 months, 8 months, 12 months out, really start looking at where you want to be as far as geographically, and what industry you want to go into. If you're looking, as Kate said, to pivot into a new industry, that's the time to really start looking at what SkillBridge opportunity may align with where you want to be in the country, where you want to live and what you want to do when you get out. So as you go onto our website, we have so many SkillBridge opportunities. We're only going to talk about a very, very small fraction of them today. So again, 6 months out, and you have those conversations with your command team, and then really start trying to figure out what you want to do. Because when you come to us to look for a SkillBridge opportunity, we want to know what you're looking to do. It's your SkillBridge opportunity, not ours. So again, 6 months out, you're eligible. Have that conversation with your command team. Make yourself as unimportant as possible, as close to your transition as you can, so they can let you disappear and start doing a SkillBridge. So with that, today we're going to talk, it's all remote. We're talking remote theme today with SkillBridge, and some really, really exciting roles. Again, remote's not an industry, so still please try to pay attention when you go check out our remote opportunities to the qualifications. Some of these are unique and specialized, but they are remote, which obviously allows for a lot of flexibility and freedom. So the first role we have is a sales development associate with Sprout Social. This is a remote role. We're really, really excited to be working with Sprout Social. It's a social media management platform. They offer solutions for social marketing, customer service, data analysts, and I'm not going to try to say analytics out loud twice, but social listening and employee advocacy. This is 5 interns are looking, what we call a cohort, for their sales development associates, and it would be a start date of 22 August. So if you are going to be eligible 22 August, and really, really important, you're going to be available for about 4 months during your SkillBridge time. So if your SkillBridge eligibility and your terminal leave, it's going to allow you 120 days or so of SkillBridge time, then this is a really interesting role to check out. You'd be managing accounts in Salesforce, generating new customers, using tools, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, 6 Sense, among others. And you'd be partnering with sales development leadership, coaching and development for career growth. So really, really exciting social media platform, remote. You need a passionate interest in business-to-business sales and the ability to think outside the box. They're going to want people with exceptional organizational presentation and communication skills, phone, email, webinar, however it is, as long as you can communicate in a strong group environment. This would be a really cool role to check out. So again, that's with Sprout Social with their sales development associate. The next role we're going to look at, this is a really, really cool role. We just come on board with PCG, Public Consulting Group, and they're looking for a project specialist. This role is remote. PCG is a leading public sector solutions company. They deal with operations improvement, and they partner with health, education, and human services to improve lives. So this project specialist role would be supporting projects in 1 or more business lines, curriculum development, implementation. You'd be working with educational companies, basically implementing curriculum educational programs within districts within the country. And you need a bachelor's degree for this role. That's a must. You need 2+ years of experience in complex project management, also a must. Strong communication skills. And I say that here because communication and culture really matters at PCG. So you'd really have to be able to fit into a diverse and broad, interpersonal kind of environment where you can communicate with people in all walks of life, and demonstrated expertise in Office 365. So Microsoft certifications for this role, not required, but they'd be strongly encouraged. Again, that's the project specialist position with PCG. And again, it's another remote opportunity. So really, really cool role. Check it out. And if you're interested, please connect with us. Sales development intern. This is with Momentive. Used to be called SurveyMonkey. That's what most people know this as. Another remote role. This is an inbound sales development team role. So what you'd be doing, you'd be managing the early stages of the sales process, identifying and promoting new sales opportunities that fuel growth. You need to really, this is just about energy and work ethic and attitude. So if you enjoy selling your ideas to a wider audience, if you excel in a collaborative, team-oriented environment, if you have excellent phone presence and advanced communication abilities, both written and phone, and you have a strong organizational skills and the ability to simultaneously manage a high volume of customer interactions, then this would be a really, really cool role to check out. Again, that's a sales development intern with Momentive, and it's a remote role. So again, those are just some of our roles. Please visit our website. You can filter it by the state you're looking to be in, by the industry you're looking to work in, and it'll kind of really filter that down and give you some skill bridge opportunities that may be specifically aligned to what you want to do when you get out of the military. So those are the roles this week. They're remote. They're exciting. If you want to learn more about them, please connect with myself, Buff Agby, Amber Pick, and the entire Skill Bridge team, and we'd be happy to answer your questions. With that, I will hand it over to my partner in crime, Brandy Walker, and she's going to talk about some really, really exciting direct hire opportunities.
Thanks, Matt. I'm going to continue on this remote kind of path we're on, and we're going to do credentialing specialist. We've talked about this role before. They have multiple openings, multiple positions that we can fill. So our client's a leader in the healthcare operations software and services. They're looking for experienced credentialing specialists whose primary goal is to ensure healthcare professionals and services meet the established federal and state standards, as well as the National Committee for Quality Assurance Standards. When you look at this role, you're going to see some things on there. It seems pretty easy to fill. A lot of people who have applied said they're willing to train for it. Unfortunately, they need people with experience already. Experience with primary source verification is a must. You must have that in your background already. And you also need experience credentialing at a high volume of doctors and healthcare providers in a hospital or health system setting. So they're looking for that people that can do a lot of work, and you're client facing. You're with them credentialing, primary source verification, absolute must for this role. So unfortunately, it's not a training type of role. They're looking for that experience. That's actually all I have for today. We're still trying to fill a couple more slots of these, and I'd love to see actually some more military spouses for this role too. So I'm going to pass it to Amber, who has a couple more roles in that direct hire space for us.
Thank you, Brandy. I don't have remote roles. However, I have roles that are in highly desirable locations that we've heard from you guys where you're looking to land. The first one is in Augusta. We were actually talking about Augusta before we came on and what a desirable location it is. But this is an operations manager position that we just took, I think, early this morning or maybe late last week. But this is with a logistics company. That being said, they are looking for somebody that has logistics or supply chain industry experience. This is one of our partner companies that we have had a lot of great success with. Matt Hart is running lead recruiter on this particular role. So if you have if you tailor your resume and all of that, he will be the one looking at those resumes. But this particular company is headquartered in Augusta, and this operations manager will be supporting their largest facility, which is really, really exciting. And with that comes responsibility of about 40% of their business. So operations manager will be responsible for planning and maintaining the systems and procedures for operating efficiency and managing staff for optimum performance. They do prefer a bachelor's degree or 4 years of related work experience. Again, looking for somebody in that logistics or supply chain that has operations management, supervisory type of experience with a strong emphasis on the leadership capabilities, which I know our community has, that's for sure. This particular company does offer a relocation assistance and sort of career progression in terms of what it may look like for next steps would be the senior operations manager. We understand that our community always wants to know kind of what are those next steps in terms of potential, forward progression. So senior operations manager would be to follow. But if you're interested in this operations manager vacancy, please take a look at the job description at hiremilitary.us, tailor your resume, and Matt Hart will be the one reviewing that from our end. I have one more role to share. This one is in Fort Liberty, North Carolina. It's an instructor and writer position. This is with a woman-owned and minority-owned small disadvantaged business. And it's actually going to be part of the Army Cyber Center of Excellence, their school, the regional signal training sites. So again, at Fort Liberty, in support of the digital training center there. So in this role, the requirements are 7 years of experience in teaching and developing training for complex subjects. But a bachelor's degree can be substituted if you don't meet that 7 years of experience. They do require a secret security clearance to start. And then on that job description, you'll also find a couple IT certifications. They do have a preference for one of those. So if you have any questions, be sure to drop it in the chat. That's instructor or writer at Fort Liberty. Again, I know we've mentioned, but this is really just a tiny snapshot of roles that we have open right now. So be sure to check out our website at hiremilitary.us so you can read the entire job descriptions. You can check out other opportunities that we're currently recruiting for, whether it's direct hire or whether you're looking for that SkillBridge role for your next chapter. And Kate, I'm going to hand it back your way.
Wow, what a listing of roles, both on the SkillBridge side and direct hire. It's so great to see that little snapshot, like we said, of just the newest roles that we've taken. And again, these are just new within the last week, new roles that we've taken on, or ones that have multiple openings that we're wanting to share as well. So it's just a really great reminder that we have new clients and legacy clients that are offering us new roles on a weekly basis. So if you didn't hear of something today that is of interest to you, please make sure that you tune in for following weeks to Hot Jobs. Continually check our careers page, and then also join our talent pipeline, because we do send our newest roles out first to those that are registered in our talent pipeline. So you can have first dibs or first look at those newest opportunities that come in from our clients as well. So just a reminder, I see some people saying, interested in that operations manager role, interested in an instructor role, those project remote roles for SkillBridge internship, interested as well. So our lead recruiters will definitely get back to you following the call today. But if you want to go ahead and be able to see those roles and apply, be the first ones to apply, just go ahead and head on over to our careers page, hiremilitary.us. We have full position descriptions. And then we also provide salary transparency for all of our current openings as well. So you can see the salary ranges for all of our openings that are within the position description as well. So like we mentioned, we spend the last 5 or so minutes here on the broadcast answering any questions that you have. So if you have a question related to transitioning from the military, the SkillBridge program, salary negotiations, job searching, interviewing, LinkedIn, any of that, please drop those in the chats. We've had a couple questions come in that we're going to get to and answer right now, but please continue to send your questions into the chats. If we don't get to them today, it's part of what we try to answer in the following week as well. So let us go dive in there and see if we've got some questions. So the first one I see, Jacob mentioned, I'm getting job search fatigue. That is tough. Job searching is tough. So let's see how we can help Jacob in terms of just answering some of that and how you can maybe kind of get a refresh or restart on your job search as well. So I'll pass it over to the recruiters here in a moment, but I just want to offer Jacob that is something that is real. I feel like we've probably all been there in a job search at one time or the other, whether you're transitioning from the military or maybe you're pivoting careers, or I know that layoffs have really affected a lot of the entire country in general, but those within our military community as well. So I guess my biggest piece of advice is just to take a break, allow yourself to have the time just to sit back and take some time away from it, because it really does get overwhelming when you're in it day to day and you're following up and you're in and active in it day in, day out. But Amber, do you have any advice for kind of job search fatigue, or something Jacob could do to maybe refresh or restart his job search?
Yeah, I think taking that break is really, it's important, right, for your well-being overall, but also so that you can kind of regroup. Because oftentimes that rejection after rejection after rejection, it's exhausting, right? It's so exhausting. So sometimes just taking a pause on all of the efforts, reevaluating the types of roles that you're applying for, reevaluating the resume that you're submitting against those roles, and ensuring that you're really qualified for the positions that you apply for. If there's resume tailoring that needs to be done, maybe have somebody else put some eyes on it, whether it's, getting some assistance from one of the nonprofits that offers support, whether it's asking a friend to just look at your resume and make sure you're hitting the mark in terms of qualifications. But, oftentimes just setting it to the side for a few days, right? Giving yourself a chance to regroup and recalibrate before you go back at it again. Keep applying though, Jacob, keep applying, because your opportunity is there.
That's such great advice, Amber. And I love that last piece. And I think it's something Lucy mentions too, that your opportunity will find you, right? There is an opportunity for you out there. There's a company that would love to have you and is waiting for you. And it's just a matter of making those pieces line up to really help you to find that opportunity as well. And I love that Amber mentioned looking for other resources, especially within our military community. That's something that we definitely have, is great organizations that provide free career counseling and assistance as well. Hire Heroes USA is a great organization that we continually share with our military community. They provide one-on-one career counseling services. So if you aren't connected with them yet, we definitely suggest doing that, as they provide really great service. And it's just kind of someone that can be an advocate for you in that process and provide really good information as you're job searching as well. And I just want to mention, like Amber mentioned, targeting your resume. We have that link in the description today to how to target your resume. That's definitely a great resource, hopefully, that you can utilize as well. So that's great advice, Amber. Thank you for sharing that. So we have another question from Christopher. How do I become a remote recruiter? That is a really great question. We are all remote recruiters right now. If you don't have experience in recruiting, that's it's the first hurdle to get over. But if you already have experience in the talent acquisition, the recruiting space, I would recommend connecting with a mentor that is in recruiting space or talent acquisition and does work remotely for a company, because they'll be the best in terms of providing information to you on what they did to get into that space. And so 2 great resources that we love to share in terms of mentorship for the military community are American Corporate Partners and Veterati. Those are really great resources. With American Corporate Partners, you get 1 year of mentorship match with one of their corporate mentors. That's a really great opportunity that you can dial in and say, hey, I work in this space, or I want to work in this space, and I'd like to have a mentor as well, because that's a great way to just learn about how they were able to get into the role or the industry that they're in, and be able to offer some great advice to you too. All right, we have another question. Let's see, from Lovety. Thank you for the information. I'm an Army veteran and current military spouse, soon to be leaving military life in the San Diego area. Is it best to connect with a recruiter or go direct to the website? So we have a really great resource about how to network with recruiters. You can find that on our job seeker resources area of our website. And that offers really great information about what we as recruiters recommend for networking with other recruiters. But at the end of the day, the best way, if you find a position that you are really, really interested in, whether it's on our careers page or other careers pages of organizations, is to apply directly to the role. Once you apply directly to the role via the careers page, then you can reach out to a recruiter and say, hey, I've recently applied to this position via your careers page. I don't know if you're the recruiter for this position, but I'd love to be able to connect with them just to share, why I feel like I'm a great fit for the role. So there are ways that you can recruit or connect smartly with recruiters, but it does require a little bit of tact. And that article that our marketing team has written, we feel like is a great way to connect directly with recruiters if you have a specific role in mind as well. All right, so let's see. I think we maybe have 1 or 2 more questions. If you haven't yet and we don't get to them today, definitely keep typing your questions into the chat. Like I mentioned, we love to be able to answer any of the questions and really just provide it some extra time here today that we can connect with our military community. Someone asked, are there any human resources positions? I believe we have a couple of human resources positions available for DoD SkillBridge internship, but I don't believe we have any currently on the direct hire side. But again, continue to check back, join our talent pipeline as we are continually posting new roles that we can share with our military community. So we are reaching the end of our time. I want to be respectful of everyone that has joined us today and just saying thank you. Thank you to Brandy. Thank you to Amber. Thank you to Matt Collins that are here live with us today on the broadcast. Thank you as well in the chats. I know we had Krista and a couple other members from the Hire Military team trying to answer all of your questions and provide more information and resources to you there in the chats. And thank you to you, the military community, whether you're a transitioning service member, a veteran, or military spouse, for joining us today. We really do enjoy this time and being able to share our newest opportunities with you. So we hope that you come back next week. We are here every Tuesday on LinkedIn Live at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and we hope to see you next week as well. So I hope everyone has a fantastic week and a great end to your Tuesday afternoon as well. Take care. We'll see you next week.